Not everyone shares Aram's confidence in Terence Crawford. Former WBO super welterweight champion Liam Smith, who fought Canelo Alvarez in 2016 and was stopped in the 9th round, believes that size will ultimately decide the outcome. Comparing Crawford's recent fight against Israeli Madrimov to a potential Canelo matchup, Smith said, "Madurismo is basically a poor man's Canelo.
Is the biggest fight of the decade. I mean, to a purist and a fighter, it's laughable. Because you have Crawford jumping up 2 weight classes to fight Canelo, who's a natural light heavyweight. Crawford, who couldn't push back Madrimov. Life and death with Madrimov. What do you think Canelo's gonna do to him? Run him out of the ring!"
Smith added that while Crawford might look sharp in the early rounds, Canelo's constant pressure would eventually overwhelm him. At 168 pounds, Canelo is just too big, too strong, and too solid, Smith explained. WBA welterweight champion Rolando "Rolly" Romero was even more direct. While he gave Crawford credit for daring to move up so many weight classes, he questioned why Canelo would even take such a fight.
He believes he's doing it, like he believes he's the one. So that's the difference between him and any other fighter that Canelo fight. Because Canelo, people fight the idea of Canelo Alvarez opposed to fighting an individual. The thought of him is what puts fear in their heart. But he doesn't care about that because he's Terence Crawford, so it's a totally different thing. So if he can implement his strategy and...
Why fight someone so much smaller when you have a real challenge in David Benavidez? Honestly, it feels kind of disrespectful. If you want to prove yourself, fight Benavidez like a real man, Romero said. Still, Romero admitted that Crawford's skills are undeniable, just not enough to overcome the size difference against Canelo.
Get it! Yeah, 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 move out the way! 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 Yeah, yeah!
Terence Crawford isn't worried about being labeled the underdog, the first time that's happened since his 2013 fight with Bradism Prescott. "It doesn't matter. The odds can't fight for me," Crawford said, fresh off his dominant victory over Errol Spence.
All be predicated upon how well Terence can take his punch. And what I'm seeing is I see a hungry Crawford, a Crawford that has been looking for the opportunity for a long time, finally getting the opportunity, and really ready to grab the opportunity. And with Canelo, I see a guy who's not necessarily hungry, but loves to entertain, loves to give us the big fights. Always tries to give the big fights. He finds a way to give us big fights.
In a recent interview, Crawford acknowledged Canelo Alvarez's size advantage but insisted he's preparing for every possible scenario. "I expect him to try and walk me down, to be the bigger man. But I'm ready for anything," Crawford explained. Canelo, for his part, has shown equal respect. He called Crawford a complete fighter, praising his adaptability and even comparing it to Floyd Mayweather's versatility. But admiration won't soften Canelo's approach. His camp has made it clear. The game plan is pressure, precise body work, punishing hooks upstairs, and relentless exchanges until Crawford breaks. It's the same blueprint that wore down Callum Smith, Caleb Plant, and Jermell Charlo.
Because I think it's safe to say Terence always fights. He doesn't know anything else. So then it could be a very good, interesting fight.
You've always praised Terence as a special fighter. Do you think he can beat Canelo?
Who is Canelo? What Canelo is going to show up? The Canelo who's looking to cash a big check, or the Canelo that really wants to...
Former two-weight world champion Carl Frampton believes Crawford has a real shot at victory but admits it won't be a barn burner. Canelo's fights have slowed down now. For Crawford to win, he'd need to make it a boring fight, Frampton said, reminding fans that he also predicted Crawford would beat Spence long before it happened. With both fighters deep in preparation, the upcoming September clash promises intrigue not just because of the star power, but because of the styles at play: size versus skill, pressure versus precision. And judging by Canelo's latest training footage, The Mexican superstar looks more than ready to handle Terence Crawford when the two finally share the ring.
With Terence Crawford, you know, big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. You know, it ain't no disrespect toward Canelo, but I've said this the last couple of years. I'm not betting against Terence Crawford against nobody right now. You got to show me that you can be.
Canelo Alvarez has been seen taking ice-cold baths, one of many recovery methods in his camp to keep his body in peak condition. This cold therapy is just one part of a no-nonsense training program run by his longtime trainer Eddie Reynoso, where every detail is fine-tuned for a championship-level war. While Canelo's preparation looks sharp, attention has also turned to Crawford, and not all of it has been positive. Recent footage from Crawford's camp has raised concerns among fans and boxing insiders. Reports suggest he has bulked up from 155 pounds to 186 pounds during training, focusing heavily on resistance work and higher calorie intake. The added size may bring more power, but many believe it's coming at a cost: his trademark speed and sharpness. In recent gym clips, Crawford looks stronger and more solid, but not quite as quick as the version of himself fans are used to seeing. Boxing legend Roy Jones Jr. has weighed in on the matter, emphasizing that while weight will play a role, it won't decide the fight on its own.
I don't think Canelo Crawford's a big fight.
No?
I think I think Canelo Benavidez is a big fight.
I think that's huge.
I don't think a dude moving up 3 weight divisions to go fight a dude that's twice his size, you know, I know he looked bigger than him the other day, but I mean, obviously, you know, regardless, I don't think that's not making a big fight.
The weight won't be the factor. The real factor will be how Canelo chooses to fight. If Canelo fights his fight, he wins. If Crawford controls the center of the ring, he wins, Jones explained. Legendary promoter Bob Arum also shared his view, telling the Ring magazine that he believes Crawford has the power to actually